Hello, beautiful people. We are live. We are the Wrestling for Life Network, and we are live on a Tuesday night with NXT. It's the go home show before Vengeance Day. So, you know, some craziness is about to kick off. And speaking of craziness and all of that, we've got a new face on the screen and everything. So, absolutely, folks, we are about to kick off right now with NXT. This show starts right now. Like I said, we are live tonight, folks. We are the Wrestling for Life Network, and we've got NXT kicking off right now. I am Big Nick, but of course, though, I cannot do this by myself. That's, some of you probably recognize that beautiful bald bastard beside me there, the Iron Man of the internet, the Superman of streaming, the, hostess with the mostest, the every night delight, Mr. KJ White. And we've got now the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. Cliff, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just happy to be here. How's everyone doing?
Doing good. It's a wonderful Tuesday, so you can't really complain. Thank you for the nice intro, Mr. Big Nick. But yes, we got a new face on the screen, Mr. Cliff in the house. So if you're tuning in, give Cliff some love. But we are here all night long for NXT and all week long. If you're just tuning in for the first time, we do this for all the shows, folks. So don't miss out. I'm looking forward to this match, Nick.
Oh, absolutely. We've got Creed Brothers versus Indusher. I've become a big fan of Indusher, honestly, and I like that Jinder is down in NXT as well. I'm honestly pulling for them in this match. I don't know about you two.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I
Now, are we surprised? I know we've talked about this, but Cliff, are you surprised that the Diamond Mine's still a thing now? Where's Roddy been? Where's Roderick Strong been?
Yeah, where has he been? I haven't seen him forever.
It's a good question. We haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah.
So right now I've got Veer and Julius Creed in the ring, I believe.
I will quickly just go through a little bit of roll call. Say welcome to the channel, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone is healthy and safe and doing well. But I see some names: Sarah, Scott, Greg.
Why?
Larry, Chris, Jack, Lauren's back, Ronnie, Damien's probably here somewhere. There you are, buddy. So yeah, lots of people tuning in. Keep it coming, folks. And my favorite night of the week is Tuesday, right?
Yeah. This man's itching, waiting for MLW to start going on Tuesdays.
No kidding. I mean, move Power Slap to Tuesdays.
Oh, God.
Before it gets canceled next week.
Right. Well, folks, I will remind you, we take predictions, we take ratings at the end of every show. We take predictions for every match. So absolutely give your rating or give your prediction down in the chat, whether you're taking Indusher or the Creed Brothers.
I know I'm taking Indusher on this for sure.
I do like the Creed Brothers, though.
They're good. They're good.
They're very good. Yeah.
Young, but good.
Yeah.
But you just finally got Indusher back together. You've got Jinder down there. I think that. What are we doing, though? I thought we were going to be moving the Creed Brothers up to the main roster, I felt.
Too soon, I think. Too soon.
Yeah. I would have to agree with KJ on that one.
Right? Don't you feel like they give them a little bit of time, let them get that title under the belt, let them feel good about themselves, build up some, good rivalries, really kind of let them develop. I mean, they will get there. I think time is, be patient with these young fellas.
Right. But what is the tag team division on the main roster that isn't the Usos, I feel? Well, if we even still have the Usos.
Ooh. That's a deep question.
But Lauren's taking the Creeds. Curtis is taking the Creeds. Jack's taking the Creeds. So I guess everybody's riding with Cliff right now.
Wow. All right.
See, even Lauren saying hi to Cliff.
What's up, Lauren? How you doing?
Yep. And don't forget, folks, you will see another new face on this channel Thursday nights as we return to Impact coverage. We're going to go on slightly after 8, and we're going to watch it on YouTube. But yes, tune in for that. If you haven't seen the thumbnail yet, we will have a special guest host for Thursday night as well. We're looking forward to having Miss Luna Havoc on the channel. Dynamite tomorrow, doubleheader Friday, Vengeance Day Saturday, WrestleMania on the horizon, Revolution, Rebellion, all the above.
You're trying to trigger me with all of that. I'm just over here trying not to go, why?
So much to come.
Like a tick I've got. But I like Larry here calling them the Kool-Aids.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Shanky. Where art thou, Shanky?
Yeah, what happened to Shanky?
He's off just dancing off into the sunset. Sang it with a big boot to Julius.
That's what I want to see. I want someone to find me footage of Shanky out in the world just dancing somewhere randomly. Like, we found him and he's just at some, dive bar just shaking. Let's go.
Now, are you surprised, though, that we're having, like, neither of these teams are involved in the triple threat that we're getting later on for a shot at the NXT tag titles at Vengeance Day? Like, instead, we've got Social Gathering, as we've called them, with Idris Sanofi and his partner. And we've also got Chase U with Andre Chase and Duke Hudson. And we've got Schism, the Dyad, is in there.
I am a little surprised that, in general, I think they've kind of slow played. Even since Veer's come back. He came back a little bit ago, and they hadn't had a whole lot going on. Now they're into this, so this is going to be good. But it's taken a minute to kind of warm them back up. But I think these are two guys you could just skip the NXT, pass go, collect your $200, and they'd be a threat in the main roster right now.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Well, they have the size and everything, and I think having them with Jinder, it's almost teeing them up for it.
It's not a bad show. Especially bringing Jinder back. He's such a good heel when he digs in. People are like, I hate him. You're supposed to hate him. He's really good at it. Yeah, so instead of having the Bollywood boys at his hip, this is a little different, right?
You still remember when Randy Orton almost killed one of them with fucking flipping him over?
I do remember that.
And you literally just see Randy's face even just go, yeah. But see, Cliff gets some love from Curtis, even Daniel, Jack, everybody.
Oh, that's my brother.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, we thank everyone for tuning in today. Last night was a record-breaking night for the channel, so we thank everybody for that. An outstanding night for us, so we were thrilled. Everyone either came to see us talk or were really curious about Cody Rhodes making a comeback. I don't know what it was.
I just heard the call of adrenaline in my soul.
Right?
Something, Cody Rhodes.
We put it out there. So, no, we thank everybody for that. And Thursday will mark 11 months as a channel. So we're doing good things.
Absolutely. Still growing and showing. Like I said, big things popping, little things stopping over here. Up to something, season never sleeps. Why?
What? I knew that was good. But little bit of a slow match. Good start, though. Good pace. Indusher completely in control for most of it.
Well, it's very much like I like the Larry's kind of comment here about
pretty quickly, though.
Sorry, Cliff.
I'm sorry. I was just saying that I could see those guys going into the main roster pretty quickly.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Well, Larry's got an interesting comment here of it be the Kool-Aids versus Viking Raiders versus Drew and Sheamus. I wouldn't mind that. It's a lot of, big beefy boys slapping meat. Pause.
Kool-Aid versus Banger Bros versus
just all of the terrible nicknames.
All of them, all lined up in a triple threat.
Shout out, Sarah.
from Jackson. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh, Jackson. That's my boy.
There you go. Julia's mounting a gorilla comeback.
Well, standing shooting star right now for a 2 count on Veer. Now, is it interesting to me even too that Veer's like the shortest one out of this group, I feel.
He really is. And he looks huge. And then you put him next to, his partner and he looks tiny. You're like, what the f?
Yeah.
Next to Senga, even next to Jinder.
Senga's so big. Yeah, Jinder is much bigger, yeah. Taller at least. I don't know about thickness.
Right.
But...
Oh, just struggling with all of that to get Veer up for a power bomb.
Shit! Wow!
Damn, that's strength.
Wow!
And then right into the Rhea Ripley pin. Isn't that a little awkward when you dudes?
He would not give up on that power bomb.
Because he probably would have snapped the man's neck if he dropped him. So he's like, I can't fuck this up. Mm-hmm. Is Ivy Nile about to whoop some ass on Jinder?
I don't know, man. I like this guy. He's good.
Oh!
I think Julius Creed's got a really bright future.
I don't know after that because he just slammed.
Not anymore.
Moved out of the way and he went right into Ivy Nile and sent her a fly and thankfully saved her then choked the heart.
Ivy. To your point, KJ, like, you know how, like, I remember, like, back then they had, like, a video where they would say, like, the tag teams, and there's always one that's, like, that has, like, is the one that goes, like, the Rockers with Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels had the charisma and everything. I think that Julius is probably the guy who could make a singles run if he could, because he's talented. He's really talented.
Very much so.
Yeah, he's the Shawn Michaels to Brutus's Marty Jannetty, I feel a bit. But in his square with the 1, 2, 3.
That clothesline is devastating. The fastball.
Well, he was the basis for Slumdog Millionaire and everything.
Right?
So.
Exactly.
He's got a killer right arm, literally.
Whew.
Oh, and we've got Axiom with his turtleneck mask on.
The villain is supposed to wear a turtleneck. Jinder's wearing a turtleneck. Axiom's not wearing a turtleneck.
He has 2 different masks. He has a backstage mask and he has an in-the-ring mask.
Right?
This man's got more masks than Kurt Angle had shirts on Raw 30.
There's a match.
Axiom versus Tyler Bate.
Yeah, mustache versus mask.
Well, it's funny because he's rewatching. I think he's watching A-Kid versus Tyler Bate on a laptop or a tablet right now. Just we're going to very much clearly acknowledge that that's A-Kid just in a fucking mask. Discount Razor Wing.
He says you remind me of someone.
Oh, and here comes Damon Kemp. So we've got Damon Kemp, Tyler Bate, and Axiom right now backstage. So it looks like we're going to get a triple threat match from these 3. Now, have you seen much of Axiom, Cliff?
No, I haven't actually, no.
Oh, you're in for a surprise because, like I said, outside of the fact that he has a backstage mask, they do the whole slow motion, like Matrix, terrible CG graphics during his entrance. So, Victor, what up?
I've always had trouble watching NXT because,
I feel like most people have and everything.
Yeah,
But Dale mentions about how Raw's ratings were 2.1.
Wow.
So okay, so that's good uptick. So despite most people didn't seem to be a big fan of the Rumble, but I guess the Raw after the Rumble, everyone was excited for.
Yeah.
Well, I've got Zoe Stark coming out right now. Again, she's another one that I thought was going up to the main roster because it had even been backstage and everything that she had been backstage at Raw. She had been working main event tapings. But we're getting Zoe Starks versus Indy Hartwell right now. So, folks, give us your prediction in the chat. Who are you taking, Cliff?
I'm going with Starks on this one. Yeah.
Good shout. Good shout.
Yeah. And you know what? To your point, I feel like, because, you know, I've been watching it here and there, and like, if they call these people up, then I think it's going to dilute their roster because I don't see much going on here. Especially like, you know, Zoe Stark and.
Well, that gets down to the question of if we're keeping NXT as a true developmental or if we're trying to make it's in that weird hybrid of it trying to be the black and gold, but also still just be a full out developmental. That's why, you know, Ava Rain's a prominent star on there, why Tiffany Stratton's a prominent star on there, why you're constantly getting, you know, people that are just having debut matches on the show and everything. And like you said, it's kind of all over the place because it's trying to be two shows at the same time.
Right.
So it looks like we're getting a video from earlier today. It looks like we're setting up eventually Sol Ruka versus Zoe Starks. But I guess just for the sake of being difficult and it's your first night and everything, I'll take Indy on this one.
You're taking the other one?
Isaiah, yo. Larry says Nick got called the Kool-Aid's fine. Well, that's going to be your official nickname from them for them from now on. Because I don't feel like really setting up. Feel like I'm setting Veer or Sanga myself. Oh, Victor, Cliff. I thought that was AJ Styles for a minute. What up, Cliff?
Yo, man, I thank you for that compliment. I'll take it.
the phenomenal one. You know, again, another New Yorker, you know, initially and everything on the channel. So
yeah.
The U.S. invasion's happening here, folks.
New York invasion.
Soul is a smaller alliance. Yeah, that's not a bad shout, Chris. But Ivy right now goddamn, Indy spearing Zoe into the ring apron. Now, what do you think? Do they move Indy up to the main roster? Do they pair her up with Dexter or anything? Or like we were talking about?
I would like to see that because that actually was really cool. That whole storyline with her and Dexter.
Just reunite the way minus, you know, Theory.
You could do that because they're not doing much for Gargano right now.
No, he's been involved. You know, he constantly takes around Dexter like he's his little puppy friend, and he's involved with the Miz.
Yeah.
Curtis taking Zoe, Jack taking Zoe, Damien taking Zoe.
Yeah.
She's about to be out 6 to 9 months. Who? Oh, Nikita Lyons. I assume that's what you're talking about there because
she got hurt.
Yeah, she tore her, I think, her ACL and something else. Like she had to have like serious knee surgery. And they played it off. They did the whole stone cold, you know, hit and run type angle of they're out in the back parking lot and then she's just there all, you know, crumpled up.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Jason keeping us updated on NWA Power right now of Santino is officiating the wedding of Aaron Stevens and May Valentine right now at NWA Power. Fair enough. See, I'll watch the NWA pay-per-views. It's at times the week-to-week stuff, and I almost kind of agree with Nick Aldis if it's gotten a little bit of that NXT, I guess, type funk on it of it's just, what am I watching here? Like all of that sentence just sounded like a fever dream to me.
Yeah, I don't really watch too much NWA, if any. I'll read stuff about it and whatnot, but
right. Oh, hell of a finisher there from Zoe Stark. Oh, 2 count. But it was like a springboard twisting moonsault into a pin for a 2 count, though. Something, wrestling for life. Excuse me. Zoe right now very much in control.
Yeah.
Do you like that NXT is just borrowing old WWE pay-per-view names, like when we've had Vengeance Day, we've had the In Your Houses, rather than just go to the Takeover, tradition?
Why not? I mean, I don't really have too much of an opinion for it. Not sure what they're trying to do though. Get like a nostalgic vibe to it.
Well, that's probably that, and I mean, shit. If you own the IP, you might as well use it. So
might as well use it.
Right. Curtis calling Tyler Bate for a match that's not happening. Big boot from Zoe, huge elbows back and forth.
I just don't see Indy winning because, like, she lost last week to what was her name? Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, Tiffany Stratton. She's kind of the happable jobber on Indy. She's fallen into the like Ziggler role. I feel a little bit.
Yeah, and she's good though.
Oh, shout out us! Yeah, I just realized who it is. No, Big Hirsch. Yeah, homie on Insta and everything. Shout out. But sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that she's good and like she should be in the main roster already, in my opinion.
Yeah, but do you see her getting like a main title push or anything like that? Like, could you see her
on the main roster?
Even in NXT, I would ask. Could you see her getting
they
a title
just have to
in
book.
NXT?
They have to book her, right? I mean, they're not doing enough with her, I don't think.
Well, yeah, but I feel like there's not. How would you book her right now that could get you to that point?
Not sure.
Right, my point exactly.
Good point.
Not a problem, my guy. And then boss, that'll be $5. No, it's $3.50. Goddamn Loch Ness out wants to ask me for $3.50. Oh, 3 count, and again, it's always the Rhea Ripley pin now. If it's provocative. No one knows what it means, but it's provocative and it gets the people going.
Ooh.
Well, I like that. It's like a Burning Hammer GTS. So Zoe Starks picks up the 1, 2, 3, and right there, like I said, Indy's kind of just jobber to the stars. She's that Dolph Ziggler that always a good hand, but never gonna amount to nothing. I feel.
Well, at least Dolph Ziggler was a champion, though.
was true. Yeah. They had a ton of potential. They've had multiple times of potential with Zigglypuff and ruined all of them. But starts with the beatdown after the match, and Sol Ruka comes out to make the save. But so it looks like I said we're setting up for Zoe Starks versus Sol Ruka. I always feel like I'm talking about like fucking Veruca Salt or something from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory whenever I say that woman's name. Sol Ruka. But we've got a Schism promo now.
Right here, yeah.
The NXT's version of Judgment Day.
Pretty much. That's what it seems
if Judgment Day and the Pitch Black match had a child, that's Schism, I feel.
I haven't seen much of The Rock's daughter like perform or do anything. Actually done much?
Yeah, I think she's maybe had 1 or so matches. If someone's fact checkers out there, let me know how many matches Ava Reigns actually had on NXT, because I don't feel like it's been many. But I've said this before on stream, and KJ looked at me like I had 5 heads when I say it. I feel like she's become a bit of the Rhea Ripley of this situation. If she does have already the attachment of she's Rock's daughter, all of that, and it's added a new element to it that I can't quite explain that somehow seems to make this work a lot better than it did before. Oh, and we're going to hear from Wrasslin next. So maybe we're going to see the Terminator, the Didacinator pause. But we are in commercial break, folks. So I will remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We are here covering anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We're here for WWE, what? AEW, what? XPW, what? GCW, all the shows, anything and everything. Christ, we're even doing a Super Bowl party and everything. So absolutely, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. We're the alternative commentary for any sort of wrestling show out there. We're the wrestling buddies you can't get in real life. And just because you like us, what? It's free. Don't cost you nothing. But how are you doing, sir? What is your first impression? Because I know we talked about before we went on air and everything that you're still kind of dipping your toes here, getting your feet wet with it when it comes to NXT. So what's your first initial impression here? The first half an hour of NXT.
Well, you know what? The first match was really good. You know, I'll take that. It was good.
Right.
But there's just, I don't know. There's just that kind of like that chaotic feeling to it. There's just too much going on. You know, I was watching last week's episode, and I'm just like, what is happening here? I didn't understand, like, you know, I think I was talking to you before about the Chase University whole gimmick. Like, I didn't understand that one bit.
Like, they've become a regular of the show. They're one of the most prominent acts of every show. They're on every week.
I think it's probably maybe I'm not exposed enough to it. I have to give it some time.
Oh, that's a valid and also just like almost scary way of trying to describe that. If I need to be exposed to more NXT to catch
yeah, I gotta be exposed to
I don't know if in 2023 that's the best way to say I need to be exposed to more anything.
Yeah, I don't think I've had enough exposure.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do get a little bit of a Stockholm syndrome with NXT at times, but there has been plenty of it that's really good. It's just you have to sift through enough. Yeah.
I don't like the hokey, those segments in between with the bad acting and stuff like that. Like, it's just really bad sometimes. A lot of the times. But but the wrestling is there, right? Like, you have the teams with like the Creed brothers. I thought they're great. I honestly think there's a lot of potential with them. I'd watch them all the time. But again, I haven't seen enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But I will touch on Boss Monster's comment here of make some merch. Well, guess what? We did.
There you go.
Yes, so absolutely, folks. The link should be in the description for the video. Should be in the description for the channel. I'm sure one of us or KJ or CJ or whoever's floating around backstage will absolutely drop the link in the chat, hopefully. But absolutely, folks, go get yourself some merch. Go support us. Go get, the finest wrestling threads when it comes to, any sort of clothing out there. There we go. So there's the link right there, folks. Sorry, I shouldn't have clicked on that too fast. But absolutely, go ahead and get yourself some merch. Kayla, what up?
What's up, Kayla?
But so for still on NXT tonight, we still have the triple threat tag team match, like I said, that decides who goes into the Vengeance Day tag team title match. And we've got two kind of interviewee segments, which I'm sure will, of course, end up in chaos and everything. But we've got Roxanne Perez responding to Toxic Attraction's attack on her last week, to where they sat there and looked like they were imploding, and then just surprise. And Braun Breaker and Grayson Waller, I'm sure there'll be a Waller effect segment Yes, folks. Mick, what up? And we're back from commercial getting a Apollo Crews video right now. I like what they've done with Apollo Crews with him going to NXT. Granted, I joke that it's like he's like Luke Cage. He's like goddamn the Equalizer there with Denzel Washington. But it's actually got him back over a bit and everything. He could probably still go back to the main roster with this. Granted, I liked the Nigerian Prince gimmick and everything, the Wuhan Nation. But I like this gimmick now too. And it's some people, like we talked about with Jinder earlier, need to kind of slide down back into NXT. And like we talked about, of maybe they fill in for the call-ups that go up. If we literally have this kind of farm league type system, like a true developmental.
Right.
We're working on it. We're still not even a year old. We're working on it.
It's coming.
Sands, I want some barware. Where are the cohorts? Well, probably backstage floating around. One was here earlier, might come back. We'll see. But we got Cliff now. Cliff debut, finally official, like a referee whistle on the team here.
There you go.
Popping his on-screen cherry. Pause. But so we've got Wesley coming out right now. The North American champion. He's going to be taking on, the Dijakinator. Yeah. He's going to take him for the title. Yeah. Oh, evening. Apparently the core match is out. No, I forgot to mention that. So we do also have Cora Jade versus Lyra Valkyria, who initially everybody thought was going to be Taya Valkyrie when she came back, even though she was already Taya Valkyrie in NXT. But now she's just got the crow gimmick. Wesley gives me very much Ricochet vibes here to the extent, and I know I'm a fan of Ricochet, and he's gotten himself a bit over more, but Wesley seems like he's kind of a guy that's a bit of a placeholder. Like, he's going to have some good matches, he's going to have some good spots, but he's not a guy that runs a division for a while, I feel.
Wasn't he a tag team guy with
yes, and then that's when Carter Nash or whatever.
Carter Nash,
the other one from the Rascals there got released.
Yeah.
And then they didn't know what to do with them because they were literally, I think they were NXT champs at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got the Dijakinator. Yeah. Every time I see Dijak come out here, he just reminds me 100% of the Terminator. I knew as soon as I started doing that, you'd show back up.
I have to. Folks,
yeah,
I hope you guys are enjoying it.
Yes, the KJnator. Yeah. Do it.
They're letting him talk. It's pretty close. Folks, I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Cliff, welcome to the Mix the Fold. But we're rolling along here, and your favorite wrestler is now present.
I'm honestly happy that he didn't end up scripts, because now I can just I can be the Watanator. Yeah.
Watanator.
Yeah. Oh. No, tell me you're not a fan of Arnold. And this 100%. He seems granted like the copyright free version of Terminator here.
Yeah, I see it.
Just walking up. I need your title, your clothes, and your boots.
No.
Give it to me. Do it. What are you waiting for?
Oh, that's too funny. J&J, what's up? How you doing? By the way?
What up?
Jay.
Mick. Hey, welcome back, Mick.
But so KJ, I'll ask you this. How do you feel about Wesley? Like, do you see him winning this at all?
No.
I don't know. I mean, you bring Dijak back, he's kind of got to get into it, right? Like, I mean, this whole new gimmick, I mean, he's got to win. He's got to do something, Nick.
Yeah, he was already involved with Tony, and that kind of went diddly squat nowhere. So he's got to do something. And like I said, of Wesley gives me a bit of Ricochet vibes of like when Ricochet was the IC title holder. It was great. You were going to get some good matches, but it went all of nowhere after that.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh God, we're just now literally at one point it's just going to turn into where we're just a fucking soundboard and we sit here and just mouth it on mute and just hit soundboards. What?
Yeah, what? I'm good with it. I'm all right. I'm all right, bro.
Speaking of what,
we got company.
Yeah, we've got Von Wagner. Yeah. So nice to see you.
You're gonna just use the Arnold in some funny way for everybody now.
Exactly. Von, you son of a bitch.
You look just like me.
Right. What's the matter? Roderick Strong got you pushing too many pencils? I would rather see, honestly, Von Wagner and Dijak go at it than Wesley. Well, unless we're going to get a triple threat and Wesley is going to just be the
pinball.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I was thinking of another metaphor and it wasn't going to come out well. It was going to be a lot of pauses. So I was like, all right, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen Von
Wagner
in quite a bit outside of honestly, I think it was, what was it? Like he was challenging for the title. I think this last time I really remember seeing him.
Yeah, he fought Braun. Have we seen him since?
Not really. And we're here every week. Trust me, folks. We do watch the show. We're not just here just talking at a blank screen.
Listen, I said to Cliff earlier, man, I'm like, I sat through every minute of NXT. Like since it's been a thing, like this version of NXT 2.0, I've seen every single minute of it pretty much live on YouTube. And if you ask me what happened in the last 3-4 shows, I couldn't even fucking tell you. Don't have a clue. Back here with everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you surprised no NXT representation for the men's Rumble? I thought for sure Braun Breaker or Grayson Waller would show up. Yeah, that's a valid point.
Very valid point.
Oh yeah, we've got the big beefy boys going at it. Yeah.
AEW Dark is trash. Well, it's their YouTube show. I mean, it doesn't amount to much.
I think we might have just done more viewers than AEW Dark last night. Maybe
I'm curious, actually. Wait a minute. Here's the thing about AEW Dark. The theory is good. It should be some type of, developmental to have a plan to it.
Yes. Sorry, we're getting it. Yeah, do it. We're getting Von Wagner versus Dijak right now. Arnold off.
So yeah, folks, get your predictions in on this one. Dijak and Wagner in an impromptu scrap.
I'm going Von Wagner.
Are you really?
I am.
We got big beefy boys throwing down. What? Sorry.
We're going to commercial on this one.
Well, they actually both had the talk, so they're probably winded by now. So they need to fucking get stuck in a rest hold for 3 minutes.
This one's for you for sure.
Yeah, do it. Get through the chopper. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you waiting?
Right.
You ugly motherfucker.
You do that too good.
I call it
like, dude, it's too good.
It comes from watching The Predator a lot as a kid growing up.
Clearly.
Yeah, a little bit. Thing is, if I do it a lot, I'll get like stuck in it to where like I can't like.
I can't turn it off.
You do a whole show like that. Just the whole show.
Stuck on the SAP button.
Right. The wife's got to throw a clap upside the head.
Literally, just hit me upside the head with something.
Stop it. What?
Hit the reset button. I just turned into like El Buzzo. Just start.
That's not bad. Dijak for the win.
Die hard.
Not an Arnold movie. It's not a Tuma. Yeah, it's not a Tuma. It's not an Arnold movie.
Right?
Up 2, 3, 4. I guess if we're gonna keep talking about the Arnold impression here, we're in commercial break right now.
Right.
I learned the names of the reindeer in order, and I can only say them in the Arnold voice because I learned them from Jingle All the Way. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donna, Blitzen.
I love NXT streams because you never know what's going to happen.
Well, there's so much not to talk about on the screen, so you got plenty of free time to just talk.
Absolutely. I will take a minute just to remind everybody out there, we are coming back tomorrow. We will be here for AEW Dynamite, the alternative commentary to all your favorite wrestling. And there's a lot of wrestling coming up. All the announcements are starting to come out. Our calendar is starting to fill up. We're going to be here all the way through WrestleMania season. We cover the GCW shows, the House of Glory shows, the XPW shows, all through the list. If you're a fan of wrestling, this is the place you should be getting it. Mr. Cliff is joining us for the first time tonight. We have a special guest host coming on Thursday, Miss Luna Havoc, and we got more things coming. We're working on some original content as well. The merch store just opened. Website might be coming. So, folks, like, subscribe, share, tell everybody you know we're here. And if you're not watching wrestling with us, you're missing out.
What? I don't know how to add that. You said it too well. AEW Dark is a smart concept, just as questionable booking a lot of the times. Well, no, it's strike that, reverse it. I feel like honestly it has good booking to an extent. They try and have a story with it. It's just a fucking terrible concept because it's not viewed as an actual developmental. It's not like you're signing guys strictly to be on like a dark roster or anything like that. You half the time are bringing in talent in and out, which is a great spotlight, but you just have these random matches thrown out. Like, what wasn't it? Willie Mack, I think that they were going to bring back and debut on Dark. Like, no, just jump that guy to the fucking main show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I was kind of saying that a little bit earlier, Nick, where Dark has become like wrestling purgatory. You look at wrestlers like Abaddon. You look at, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and list the hundreds of wrestlers that are trapped in Dark.
Worry. Tony doesn't even remember himself.
Right, but they're like, I mean, even who we just mentioned, Sky Blue, Cora Blue, whatever one it is.
Abaddon's a great example because she's fantastic, and I can't remember the last AEW match I've seen her have on TV as Von Wagner with a suplex onto Dijak into the corner. Like, that man's knees hit the top rope.
Wow. Ooh. Now, if Dijak can do for Von Wagner what he did for Keith Lee.
Well, but doesn't Dijak also need to focus on getting himself over? Now, how do you return to the same brand you were already on as a different person? I feel it's a little weird.
Yeah, a little weird, eh? No, I mean, I don't know. I think he's a talented guy. So, I mean, he's back in the ring. I don't necessarily love the glasses and the leather coat. I mean, it's great because it gives you material.
I was going to say, you don't like it? You don't need, I'm going to need your title, your clothing, and your bike.
Right. But, I mean, I said for a long time that Von Wagner had potential, like future potential in this company. He's a big guy. He's got it in his blood. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, it's so interesting to think that Von Wagner's Matt Bloom's kid, Albert.
Right.
One looks like fucking the missing link between Cro-Magnon and human beings. And Albert, just looks like a regular dude just with a bald head.
So Stone not happy right now. Wagner in control. Oh, wait, no, he is happy. Wait, he was mad about the count. My bad. Either way, I'm trying to follow this shit. This match is pretty good, though.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's two guys that are actually like the same size. Like, they don't have anyone else on, really, especially on NXT, that are their size that they can kind of go with. So it reminds me a bit of when you'd see like Taker with Jade, and I'm not saying it's of that caliber, but it's two giants going at it.
Wow, did you see that flip by Dijak into whatever that move was?
Yeah.
I've always been impressed with Dijak because he's like a big guy who could do like crazy things.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I remember his fights with Keith Lee when when NXT was good.
Well, it's nice to see, like I said, it's two big athletic guys. It's way different than if you say had Omos versus Satnam. Of those are just two trees, just two titanic plates just slowly colliding. Right. These guys are actually athletic and can go at a rate that a guy half their size could go at.
Yeah, these are the matches that I like to see. Like if matches were like this on a consistent basis, NXT would be bearable.
That's the problem, is consistency.
It's consistency.
Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier of whether NXT used to be, when it got to 2.0 and transitioned back, it was a train wreck, but it was always like a good pace. You were never bored watching it, even if you didn't like everything you were seeing. It just kind of moved along. And then as of late, I mean, it's so campy and so, like, I keep joking, it's like softcore porn at times. Like, the acting is so bad, and there's so many of these poorly acted skits. And if you don't have good wrestling like this, then the show's awful. Now, this is really good wrestling.
Chicken wing chokehold right now.
Really impressed with this Von Wagner guy because I haven't really seen him wrestle.
Well,
I would say.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say it's a good showing.
Chemistry with Dijak too,
right?
Well, Dijak's a guy that can go with anybody. And just real quickly to your point, KJ, as it looks like we're going to hit the feast your eyes. Yep.
Feast your eyes.
Good night, Von Wagner. 2, 3. So Dijak picked up the victory. Yeah.
Good. A lot of people use them to go to sleep nowadays. This is just my imagination.
Versions of it. Like
versions of it,
something similar even to the Feast Your Eyes earlier. So
right. That's true.
I happen to think that the Feast Your Eyes is a cooler looking move than the go to sleep, though.
Fair enough, yeah.
You got that little flip in there. It's a little extra instead of just dumping.
It's got a little pizzazz on it. A little
it got the pizzazz.
Right. But as we're getting a replay, so Dijak picks up the win. I mentioned this earlier, KJ, and you might have been on a pause for the cause there, but to me, NXT feels like it's two shows trying to coexist. It's trying to go back to the black and gold NXT, but still be that true developmental and still have that hint of, like we said with the Feast Your Eyes, of pizzazz of the rainbow era of NXT 2.0.
Yeah, I mean, I think it feels like you said, two shows, like they're transitioning, but they're doing, like, you know what? We don't want to just change everything all at once. We'll just slowly get there and we'll start adding in more of our stuff. But I mean, it's so bad. Just do it. Like, rip the Band-Aid off, like, and jump into the deep end of whatever your vision is for this show. Because like you said, right now it's of two minds all the time. Well, and that was a hell of a match for like an NXT. That was solid. We need more of that.
Absolutely. That I would say might end up being best match of the night, as we had the good paisans there on screen and everything. Well, I was gonna say that it's probably because Sean's running it, so he's kind of looking at the programming for 2.0 and the programming for Black and Gold, and he's just kind of bringing them together there.
Yeah.
He's looking through with his lazy eye.
Cliff got the fucking joke.
I missed it because I got distracted.
More distracted by Vikina Lions on the fucking screen. Of instantly, wait, no, my love. What?
My glove.
I must heal you. You have been wounded.
I was reading.
And now we're getting. See, I told you they're doing this like the goddamn. I did it for the Rock. I did it. A fucking frame by frame breakdown of this video.
Oh,
here's this person that no one recognizes.
We don't know who any of these people are.
The only person I've seen that I recognize is Elektra Lopez, and that's because she's the only one that looks like a goddamn grown woman.
Lola Vice?
Miami Vice? CSI Miami? Oh, Zoe Stark is a prime suspect.
I thought it was Tiffany.
Oh, and there's Lash Legend. So wait, are we going to get, Zoe Starks or somebody riding off in the white Bronco of getting chased down by the NXT police here with this?
I don't get it though, because like, was it a rental? Like your fellow employees' cars. Like, oh, there's KJ's leaving work today. Oh, there he goes. Oh, he ran over Bill. Like, who's in the parking lot? Just I got a random car. Like, it's probably going to be Lash Legend.
I got a funny story that I don't understand that we mentioned this, but anyways, I was gonna say, I've seen Who Shot Mr. Burns because they mentioned about Wendy Chu there, just sipping on her drink and everything. It's clearly Wendy Chu's the perpetrator, the mastermind behind all this.
That's one act that I don't understand. Still, I've seen her like a couple of times. I just don't get it.
Not at all.
Get it. No,
not at all.
She's supposed to be like just like I don't know. She's just in her pajamas and like slumber party kind of thing.
Yeah, she sleeps in the match.
She does.
Oh yeah, put me to sleep. No, she literally is asleep during the matches, Cliff. It's fucking hilarious. Like she throws it in her offense, but I think Wendy Chu's talented. I think she's been saddled with some bad gimmicks, and I thought when the changeover happened, Chu was gone. Like Wendy Chu, the sleepy girl, was gone. It's still here. I hate it.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like has a shelf life, and
yeah,
I've been over it just the first time I saw it.
Right? No, yeah, it's got 1 day. It's got a shelf life of one fucking day.
And then I'm just like, I don't want to watch this. Like, I can't see her winning any championships. No one will take that seriously. It's a comedy act.
Yeah, no, and you can't take it seriously. And then when you see your top competitors, or an up-and-coming superstar in the ring with her and they're losing, you're like, wait, how did we get here?
Yeah. If they lose to her, I feel like that person who lost loses so much stock.
Yeah, just quit.
Yeah.
Tap out. You're done. You lost to a girl who took a nap during the fucking match.
Yeah.
She was in her PJs. Like, you know what? If she wanted to wear like wrestling attire that had like moons and clouds on it, and she kind of wanted to be kind of maybe not narcoleptic, but like a little bit sleepy, I don't know, like almost like an Orange Cassidy vibe. Like she's like the next level Orange Cassidy, where he's almost asleep, she fucking goes.
Yeah, but Orange Cassidy, he's cool. Like, he makes it cool.
Chew is not cool.
She's not cool.
Cliff does not choose you.
No, I do not.
No, it's bad. And I mean, that's where it's a really weird product that you watch on a Tuesday night, because you get Dijak and Von Wagner, two big guys.
Great match. That was awesome. Match. I love that.
Yeah. But then they follow it up with like a Wendy Chu, Tiffany Stratton match. You're like, I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah.
How did we get here?
How do you follow that? Like, how did when they're booking that? How do you go? Oh, that's a great freaking idea. It's not
right. It's a bad message. Even your wrestlers are falling asleep on your show.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not good. Wait, she's what one?
Daniel, be nice. Axiom versus going one-on-one with Tyler Bate just got announced for tonight. That'll be a good match, Damian. It really will. They had a bit of a conversation, obviously, Tyler Bates with his run-ins with A-Kid. So they did a little play of like, don't I know you? So it was cute. They're going to have a match. Should be a good one. I almost think A-Kid's better off taking the mask off. Just go back to being A-Kid. What else do we got here? We are on a commercial break, folks. Nick is taking a pause for the cause. Big Cliff's jumping in here tonight, so make sure you welcome him, give him some love. And don't forget, we're here all week long. I can't wait for Dynamite tomorrow. It's going to be another fun stream, and then we're rolling right through. Thursday is going to be a great time. We're going to see how it goes. Now, for all the people out there watching right now and all your friends who like Impact, y'all got to show up on Thursday, because We haven't covered Impact in a while because, the viewership wasn't lovely. We're going back to Thursdays, but we need people to show up. So spread the word. And Victor, if you can hear me right now, I'm talking to you and a few other Impact diehards. But I'm pumped. I like Impact. Continue subscribe. All right, Mick. Chill. Alexander, how you doing? How you doing, buddy? Whatever happened to the smiley Kylie Ray? Yeah, she had one match. Did not like her? We pass. I have no idea, Cliff.
Nope.
Nick Wayne is coming to party. All right. All right, now we're getting the preview for the steel cage match between Braun Breaker and Grayson Waller coming up. It's a sneaky good card, dude.
Yeah.
We were talking about that the other day. Like, it was surprisingly good. This should be a good match. The tag title match, a fatal four-way, is going to be good, especially with some of the Gallus, New Day. It's going to be a good match. And we don't even know who the fourth team is yet. We'll find out tonight. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, they're building this one up good. See, this stuff's decent. They should do more pre-tapes and less, bad acting.
Yeah, I agree. However, I did see the that scuffle that they had in the gym.
Yeah,
that wasn't bad. That was pretty good.
I like that they use camera phones and the shit like that now. I like that element to it. Like
it adds that realism to it.
Yeah. Oh, I like when they do that. I mean the finish to the last match they had against each other with the middle rope breaking and Waller getting counted out was kind of dumb, but
yeah,
here we are. Why you bald part 2? There you go. Questions to ask somebody other than me. Who do you think wins the women's elimination chamber to face Belair at Mania? Any early guesses?
Asuka? No, I don't know who's in it.
Asuka's a good shout. I like what they're doing with Asuka, right? Bringing back kind of that Kana persona. I think it's got an opportunity there to be half decent.
Someone else said Asuka. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I like Jack. Jack's my friend now.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Right? I love that movie. It's my childhood. I have a feeling that Grayson Waller wins NXT Championship Saturday at Vengeance Day. Woo, juicy.
Could be.
You think?
Oh, I mean, that match was kind of like the last one that they had with the rope. I mean, it's like that was undecided. Like that was like kind of, and I think they're gonna. It was like a build up to. I think he's gonna win. I do.
Right.
It seems that way.
Cage match should be fun. I want to see what they do. And we know that Waller's not afraid to take risks. We saw him almost break his arm in a ladder. And they just showed that highlight from off the cage. So, go ahead.
I'm sorry. If he does lose the title, is that just a way of maybe prepping him for a call-up to the main roster at some point?
That's what a lot of people surmise. Maybe like post-Mania, like the Raw after Mania, he shows up.
Yeah.
Some people said, what if he shows up on the scene and it's like, Roman's down and out. Mania didn't go the way he planned, or, he barely made it through Mania and Braun shows up to steal the belt and end the streak. I'm all about patience. And if they have a plan for him, great, do it. But don't bring him up if you don't have anything planned for him. Look at poor Johnny right now.
Well, that's what they did a lot under Vince. Because they brought all these people up and they didn't have a plan for them.
I didn't even know who the fuck they were.
No. But if Vince is not part of creative and it's just Triple H and his people, I think that he'd have a better idea of what to do with those guys.
Well, you would think, but it's
you would think.
It's allegedly. Allegedly, Vince is not doing anything for creative, but I don't know. There's some moments where you're like, I don't know. How's this feel?
Yeah.
So, folks, if you are tuning in right now, we have Tyler Bate in the ring. He's going up against Axiom. Get your predictions in the chat. Remember, we take a prediction for all the matches. If you're feeling lazy, you give us an A for A Kid, give us a T for Tyler. But get your predictions in. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know what you think the outcome is going to be. And don't forget, stay to the end. We want your rating out of 10 on the show. We like to track how all the fans are feeling about the wrestling. We like the feedback. So, by the way, when we get there, you'll give us a rating out of 10 on NXT tonight. Cliff, who you taking? It's got to be Bate, right?
Oh
man,
I don't know. This guy has a pretty wicked entrance.
it makes me trip balls every week.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, stop it.
Watching this on acid would definitely trip you.
Well, then. I don't think then again, I was going to say nobody would want to see that, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure people would tune in to watch me lose that noodle.
I'd pay to watch it.
Right? Did you make a pick on this, speaking of acid?
No, I didn't. Well, kind of. I just based off the entrance. I was going to say Ixion, but I don't know.
Going Axiom, eh? Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, why did they make him a mass superhero out of nowhere? When did that become a thing? Why is that a thing?
I don't know. It's a cool entrance, man.
You could have gave A Kid the same entrance. Tyler Bate has to be the owner of one of the smallest set of trunks in all of wrestling.
Yeah, what is up with that?
He doesn't leave a whole lot to the imagination.
Bro, that's like a Speedo.
It really is. Speedo. Tyler Bate for the win. Tyler Bate for the win, says Jack and Lauren and Dale and Damien. You're in the minority this time, buddy.
Damn. No love for me.
Mustache Mountain in the house.
Yeah, except for Trent Sevens over in EDW. I was surprised with that.
A little bit. I mean, especially with Tyler Bate kind of hanging around here, but it could be an issue. You know, Trent's an older competitor. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe that plays into it. Like, they're like, listen, Trent, you're a good guy and all, but yeah, I'm surprised they didn't kind of stick together. I like Mustache Mountain.
Yeah, they were good tag team.
Boom, boom, boom. Hunter wanted Razor Wing, and Steph said no. We have Razor Wing at home. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. One must wait for Tyler Bates. Pause, Larry, maybe?
Who do you think would win Dragon Lee versus?
That's so hard, man. I mean, I'll go Dragon Lee just because.
I'm not sure I've seen too much of Dragon Lee, so I can't make a. But that entrance, so you know.
Yeah, you're still stuck on the entrance. Oh, there you go.
You know, Hornswoggle could have that entrance, and I'd say Hornswoggle.
I don't know if my brain could accept Hornswoggle coming out in that kind of rapid slow. I get shut down. Like, I can't watch wrestling anymore. I have to see the whole card. Yeah, he's Block Jack. That's who he is. Tyler Bate, fan, very long time. Absolutely. Nope, Braun. No Braun. What's Braun doing? I like both of them. Ooh, Grayson Waller winning a judge.
Here we go, Jack again, agreeing with me. There you go.
You and Jack are on the same page.
Damn right.
I don't know. It's a tough show.
You just made me think of the most terrifying, like, acid trip Irish Chucky coming after me. Right? With Hornswoggle having that type of entrance and everything.
Right?
Just of just
that would be entertaining
right now, just to be safe.
But yeah, man, no, that's that visual was something else. So do you have a winner in this match? Are you basing it on the entrance?
I'm not going off of the entrance. I'm going with Tyler Bate for this one.
Yeah. So sorry.
I still want to see, because I haven't seen it yet. I want to see if what mask actually came out with for the in-ring mask instead of the backstage mask, because you have like your house shoes and your outdoor shoes. You just got it with masks. Axiom is a Flash ripoff. Someone called Glacier to freeze him. Yes. And then we can call now we got to call Mortis.
Mortis.
And I feel like there was another one that they did. But yeah, when WCW was on the whole Mortal Kombat kick.
Right. There was someone else in that mix. Who the fuck was it? Doesn't matter. But
either way, who better than Canyon?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Canyon was good, man. I was mad when they unmasked him, though. So why are we doing this?
You liked him with the lisp and everything because of the mask, so he sounded, Well, that's what it was. Wrath. There we go. Thank you. I knew we were forgetting someone.
He had a depressing life, though. That guy, like his career.
Yeah.
You see Dark Side of the Ring?
Yes.
That's depressing.
Excellent episode, and very tragic. Sad hearing things like that, right? And you hear the story, like he was so helpful, and he just wanted to teach and be around, and then he loved it, but it's tragic. It really is tragic.
It's amazing, like you don't realize that stuff is going on, but because you see them on TV, you don't realize they're human. It's a cool. If you guys haven't seen it, you guys should watch it. Great episode.
Well, that's why you appreciate everybody while they're here, because I'd rather do that than have to sit there and sing their praises after they're gone.
Yeah.
Now, folks, it looks like we're coming back out of the commercial break, so we have a match going on. If you haven't made the prediction yet, get it in. And beyond that, stay with us all week long. Stay with us all year long. It's going to be a good time. We're going to be celebrating our 1-year birthday coming up in a month. So that's going to be a good time. We got the Super Bowl party coming up. We got WrestleMania, Revolution. We got all the shows. We're not going to miss a beat.
What?
Speaking of all the shows, Vengeance Day. Lauren mentioned the card. Braun Breaker, Grayson Waller for the title in a cage match. Roxanne Perez, JC Jane, and Gigi Dolan in a triple threat for the women's title. The New Day, Pretty Deadly Gallus, and the winner of the triple threat tonight for the tag titles. Wesley Dijak, North American title. Carmelo Hayes, Apollo Crews, 2 out of 3 falls. That's going to be a burner. And then the women's tag titles are on the line. Bar Rescue versus Chance and Carter.
On a side note, is it bad I want to call the women's triple threat for the championship Circle the Wagons match? Just because. How you doing? But insane action right now between Tyler Bate and Axiom, as we had Claudio. I don't know if he's got anything on Tyler Bate with how much he was spinning around Axiom there.
Right.
And then instantly springboard into an armbar, I believe. Yeah. What about Chronic? You mean the vitamins? Yes, but no. The terrible WCW tag team, and then they had the worst tag team match in professional wrestling history with Taker and Kane.
Yeah.
If you've ever wanted to see what it's like for 2 Titanic glaciers to collide into each other, you don't have the Discovery Channel or National Geographic or anything, watch that match because it's awful.
It's on par.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's brutal, Nick. It really is.
Sleeper hold from Axiom, but I will remind everybody here, while Axiom's trying to put Tyler Bate to sleep here, that we do have the super chat, we do have the super stickers, all of that. If you want to make sure that we see your comment, if we miss your comment that you really wanted to get across, or if you just want to help support the channel and everything.
Axiom just climbing on Tyler Bate.
Wouldn't this be great if this was for a cruiserweight title?
And you know what? Between the two, one of the two companies needs a junior heavyweight or
light
a
heavyweight,
cruiserweight
light heavyweight
or
title.
But book it like a cruiserweight division. WWE books their light heavyweights like their heavyweights, so it's like a lot of like headlocks and arm drags, like a lot of move around. Let them go, Vince. I know he's not here, but that's
he might be listening. You never know,
right?
But yeah, a guy like Mustafa Ali, a guy like we talked about with Ricochet earlier and everything. If they even had that as a light heavyweight title on the main roster,
yeah, and
it was literally like how like with New Japan, if you have to be under a certain weight limit if you want to compete in that, then 100%. I think I know you don't want to run in the AW of too many titles, but I mean, you've got to get you've got to get something going with these guys.
The too many title things might be a foregone conclusion.
I don't know why I like that move a lot, where it's like the fake out punch to the face. It's just awesome.
Well, I really like the back spring shoulder off the ropes and everything. It's like it's like hit and rewind on it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you though, Cliff. That cheeky punch, it's even like when they do the eye poke, like you'll get an MJF or someone throw it out.
Like Tyler does it good, where it actually looks like he connects. Like it doesn't look hokey. Like he yeah.
Oh,
video, what up?
I don't, because first time.
Of course, we remember. Yeah, Cliff's like, no.
I just got here. All the regulars are like, yeah, you remember when I was in here last week? No, I just started today, ma'am.
It's my first
now
day.
I'm gonna almost have to rewatch, or if any of the fact checkers want to correct me on this, I don't think that there's been a pin so far tonight that hasn't been basically the Rhea Ripley, I guess is now her pin. That's been that like my face, your crotch, 1, 2, 3.
It's a fold. It's a fold up. They don't roll up anymore. They fold up.
Because there's a lot of roll ups. The most devastating move. The fold up's the second most.
Right? No, I mean that's insane to me. But yeah, it's become the thing.
So Tyler Bate with the 1, 2, 3 is now we've got the handshake between him and Axiom. And so Damon Kemp now getting involved.
Oh, Damon Kemp versus Tyler Bate.
Well, he's going after Axiom, so it looks like we might get Damon Kemp versus Axiom. But I don't know. Tyler Bate's back in chasing him off, so I'm sure it'll be a triple threat.
Triple threat. Everything's a except this.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Man just botched his own exit and everything. But now I'm getting a video package for Isla Dawn, and she hasn't done much, honestly, so far when it comes to being in the ring, at least in the US version of NXT. But I'm a fan of her. Yeah, might be the black lipstick, what? Might be the red hair, what? But might be the spooky chick gimmick, but what? I dig it. If we're gonna build up a women's tag team division, everything, and actually halfway try and make that fucking reasonable, sensible, why not put her and Alba Fire together? I know we've already, shit, they're hanging out already together. We saw them leave last week together. I know you didn't, but those of us who were here last week did. But I want to see more of this chick.
Are they supposed to be like vampires? Is that the thing they're going for?
No, I think they're the fiery redheaded gothic chicks, I feel. They're the UK chicks too and everything, so the Design versus Josh Alexander, Rich Swann, Frankie Kazarian is an awesome 8-man tag match Thursday on Impact. Well, we will be here live with special guest host Luna Havoc, covering Impact. I know plenty of y'all have been asking for it for a hot minute and everything. So finally broke down, and we're going to cover Impact, and we'll see, who who survives potentially, show v show, NXT or Impact, but no. So yes, we will be here live this Thursday for Impact. So absolutely, you've been asking for it. You want to tune in, be a friend, tell a friend. As we're setting up for the standoff, the backstage press conference or backstage side-by-side interview between Toxic Attraction and Roxanne Perez. Chris and I knew they were going to go ahead. What's up?
I'm surprised they kept Toxic Attraction going, because since like Mandy Rose was like.
But well, there's been people that have speculated about there being a new leader. Christ, there was some people I even floating around the idea that Mandy Rose would come back at the Rumble. But we almost got it teased of that they were going to split up, and I think, like we were talking about earlier, if they just keep it as a tag team, Gigi's the Shawn Michaels to JC James, Marty Jannetty in this situation. But I do think that they could, like we were just saying with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn that they'd, if they're going to build up this women's tag division, then just fucking go for it. Of actually build up some solid women's tag teams. Granted, NXT's been able to somehow be better at doing that than the main roster has, so why not double down on it?
Yeah.
Apparently, we're giving our names, even though we have usernames in the chat. But anyways, we are in commercial break right now, folks, as we are heading towards the back end of NXT tonight. Go home show for NXT Vengeance Day, which we again will be here live for on Saturday. So far, meh kind of NXT. I feel of it seems to be WWE lately struggles with go home shows. They really haven't done, I think, anything too great. I think maybe trying to think back of even the SmackDown before the Rumble, and it was still kind of just meh. So that's something I think WWE needs to fix. How do you feel?
I would have to agree with that. Yeah, this has been kind of, like you said, meh. Like some good matches, but overall it's just like kind of standard, basic. For a go home show.
Well, there's nothing that so far to me has really screamed like you want to make sure you tune into Vengeance Day.
Right?
Like,
really exactly.
Up for the show itself. It just seems like another kind of standard episode.
Yeah. That's a problem.
Chris saying no Brooks. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, Chris is asking, no Brooks and Dunn tonight? No, we haven't had any Brooks and Dunn. No bar rescue of Kiana James and Fallon Henley. No, we've somehow managed to avoid at least that. But are they already set up for Vengeance Day? I'm trying to look at the card real quick. No, so they're taking. Oh well, no, we have Bar Rescue on the show, but yeah, no Brooks and Dunn for I guess a hot minute here. It feels. I'm fine with that. Trust me. Toxic Attraction has run its course. They could split them up. GG warrants a call up. Yeah. Or do you call them both up? Because I mean, don't we still have? Yeah, we still have women's tag team championships on the main roster. They just are fucking irrelevant because they're on Kai and Sky right now. Or at least, sorry, I should correct that. They've booked them into irrelevancy. As we're getting an ad for 2K23. Are you excited for 2K23? If we get the Legends, John Cena edition.
I can't remember the last time I played one.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
As we're back from commercial now, as we've got Carmelo and Trick getting interviewed backstage. Speaking of people who should get called up to the main roster, is Carmelo, and I'd honestly even say Trick at this point. Trick's really kind of come into his own lately, I feel. We had people talking about the potential of them being involved in like a new Hurt business. That's something a match that I think is gonna. I know we were talking about. I think you and KJ were talking about the tag team match at Vengeance Day earlier. I think that Carmelo versus Apollo in a 2 out of 3 falls match is probably going to be their show stealer of the night.
I think so.
They're 2 athletic guys that can go, and you're giving them obviously, hopefully, plenty of time with a 2 out of 3 falls match. So now we're getting to the backstage segment. I'll get the words out. With Toxic Attraction and Roxanne Perez. Now, do we get the, wait, I know exactly where you are in this arena. I'm going to go find you and whoop your ass.
I don't know why I always hated these. Because I just find them corny.
I don't mind it. Like I said, it can work if it's done right. I think it's just more of half the time they haven't had a good enough story attached to it. But I do kind of like this. It reminds me of WWE somehow manages to actually book of we're friends, but we're both challenging for a singles title actually fairly well. They did it with Sammy and KO when they were both challenging for the world title. They've done it before with when it was China and Chris Jericho, both co-IC title holders. They did it good with Cade and Taker as co-world champions. So it's going to be an interesting match, but it's a little bit of an obvious storytelling, though, of it's just, but how will they coexist? Two baddest women in NXT? Well, maybe one of you. JC, not so much. I'm a fan of Gigi. I won't lie. But I do think Roxanne Perez is great as an NXT champion. Obviously, she got the representation in the Women's Rumble match. She had the whole accolade of last year to where she started 2022 as the Ring of Honor World Champion and then ended it as the NXT champion. So,
oh wow,
she's somebody that you can have in NXT for a bit now, I feel, and kind of make them the face of that division. Small Mark says, New Day will drop the titles at Vengeance Day. Not a fan of them taking spots in the Rumble while holding NXT tag straps. Wasted spots. Could have been given to other NXT talent. Well, it could have just been given to other talent beyond just NXT talent. And I think that we're now 2 years in a row to where the Kofi spot has just said, fuck this, I'm out. Because that chair just was having none of Kofi trying to land on it and use a springboard back in the ring or whatever he was doing with it. So Roxy's walked off. Is this going to be to where she just pops in like, surprise, motherfucker? Damien, I'm going to get to that in a second here right now. Because that's an interesting topic to bring up about with Kota Ibushi being a free agent. I'm surprised Cameron Grimes didn't show up. That's another good shout, Jack. Where's Cameron Grimes been for the longest time? He's just kind of suddenly gone missing. Maybe he didn't really go to the moon.
I always liked him. He's good.
Oh yeah, and he was another guy that would almost now at this point fit better on the main roster of what does he really have left to accomplish in NXT. I don't know if he needs a world title run. Oh, see, yeah. And so Roxanne Perez, like I said earlier, I know exactly where you are, motherfuckers. And just pops in and just starts going after. Oh, down goes the curtain. She tackles JC Jane through the terrible curtain setup that they had. But now we've got a pull apart brawl between the women. Oh, and we've got Danny Palmer already in the ring. That vintage 80s jobber entrance of already in the ring. Oh, and now's where we're going to get very meta now, I feel a bit, because we've got Stevie Turner's debut. So we've got streamers covering, we're streaming characters wrestling debut, and it's a little meta, and she's looking a little bit, oh God. How much do clothes cost in the Matrix? That's 100% what I feel with this. They literally are pulling up like her, like literally like our live chat of pretty much the equivalent of that right now is on the screen, I guess. But, well, we already had the pitch black match at the Rumble that looked like a fucking scene from Blade, but Stevie Turner out here coming out like a fucking extra from Blade. Who is Stevie Turner? She was on NXT UK. I guess her kind of whole gimmick is basically she's a Twitch streamer.
I don't know what to make of it. I'm a little lost here.
I think everyone is.
Yeah.
But folks, give us your prediction whether you've got Stevie Turner on her debut or local enhancement talent for the win here. I'm taking Stevie. I don't know about you. Mama, female ones. Nah, not quite. If you took Xavier Woods or Austin Creed and just made Vince McMahon's interpretation of what he thinks a gamer chick is, that's what Stevie Turner seems to be. As just feet in big boots right now. Let us have Gunther versus Ilya Dragunov on the main roster. That match will be first ballot match of the year. I don't disagree as long as they give it time.
They got to build it right.
Right.
So far, I've liked everything that Gunther's been in.
Well, it's because he's Walter. He's the ring general.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites right now.
I'm surprised that this match is this competitive. I figured this would have been a pretty quick squash match of see, look at how impressive I am. Boom, hit a finisher. We're out of here. Oh, flying clothesline, another flying clothesline. Oh shit, are we gonna get a fucking action and ready match or situation here if Jobber goes over? Sorry if Danny Palmer isn't a jobber to anybody, but yeah. She looked like she borrowed Carmella's gear and she already was in the ring when the match kicked off. So another big boot. I think that's been the only real offensive maneuver she's hit so far. Is just big boots. So maybe a little green there. Maybe he needs to fucking mix something up. It's just when your friends just spamming the fucking, like sweep kick button on like Mortal Kombat or something. I'm like, do something else, asshole.
Yeah.
And Stevie Turner gets the win, and granted she didn't do the Rhea, roll up pin, but she made sure to do the weird lean back face to the camera pen. Jason, Stevie Turner is a good wrestler. She took Maki Satayama to her limit in NXT UK for the women's title. Sound like Vic Joseph there, because I know he was shouting that exact same match out and everything. I'm just saying in that match, she literally pretty much just hit nothing but big boots, I feel. So now we've got Bar Rescue, Kiana James and Fallon Henley on the screen. Oh, why is this the thing? But so we've got Katana Chance and Caden Carter. Try to make sure I didn't mix those names up there. Now talking smack back and forth with Bar Rescue, and this looks like Chance and Carter look so short compared to these two women.
Wait, so when did she change her name to Chance? I thought she went by a different
when
name.
They had, instead of Vince and the boys, or shortly thereafter of their whole little spree of releases of just everybody gets a new name. That's when we got like Walter became Gunther. When Pete Dunne became Butch. Speaking of someone who needs a name change, of who should just be fucking William Regal Jr., what have you, is Charlie Dempsey, the offspring of William Regal. Oh, and we're finally getting him versus Gulak, or are we getting him versus Frank the Tank? Drew Gulak very much. Oh, we are getting him versus Gulak. Okay. I was about to say I thought Gulak was continuing his living out, literally doing the gimmick of the 2K tutorial character just on NXT. But so we've got Drew Gulak versus Charlie Dempsey. So, folks, give us your predictions in the chat. Who are you taking, sir?
I think Dempsey.
Oh, fuck. Now you're going to make me pick Gulak just to... I don't want to. I'll take Gulak then. Fine. Well, I'll take Gulak because of Frank the Tank shenanigans. Discount Seth Rogen there on the outside. But this should honestly be, if we didn't have the kind of stupid gimmick attached to it and everything, this would be a good technical match. Because that's obviously what style both these guys wrestle. So
Drew is a underrated wrestler, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, it was not too long ago when this man was pretty much just at an agent position on SmackDown and getting tapped out by Charlotte Flair and everything.
Yep.
As now we're going to commercial again. So,
oh boy.
Lauren taking Charlie, Mick taking Charlie, Dale taking Charlie, Damien, everybody taking Charlie. But so here, now when we're in commercial and everything, I'll talk about it. I can't find Damien's comment again. But so, yes, Kota Ibushi is now officially a free agent from New Japan, can take bookings anywhere that he wants to. And it's already been announced that his first two bookings are with GCW for Josh Barnett's Bloodsport this year and Joey Janela's Spring Break, whatever the hell number it is, this year. So it's going to be, A, those are going to be really interesting bookings, and B, that's a big name that's going to be on amongst the free agent market. But I think it's just at this point a matter of time before he ends up in AEW. Bobby, again, what is it with you, sir, in the 50-50 splits? When are we going to see Daddy Dempsey? Oh, Rigo? No, he's busy hanging out backstage and everything. He's probably still got it. Well, no, has his contract officially run out with AEW yet? I'm not sure. So
that's what he's waiting for. Because
he might have to. It might have to officially run out before he can be on screen. I think that might have been part of the deal with the release.
Yeah. So that's probably what he's waiting for. So because he wanted to be an on-screen manager to his son, right?
Well, that was part of why he went there and everything like that. Yeah. And I don't know if he really needs to be an on-screen manager. Like, if you're going to do that, I think you'd have to make him heel almost, because he'd be Daddy's little boy and everything. Of like, how do you have that guy as the baby face unless I'm going to make you proud, Pops? But that I don't know if that would.
Well, they've done it before with Orton and his father. His father was on screen and worked with him for a bit.
Yeah, but they were heels.
They were what? They were heels.
They were heels. Right now, Dempsey's a babyface.
True. Well, that could always change.
Well, that's what I was saying. If they would have to make them heels. But
William Regal was
do you get William Regal booed the first night that he comes out?
That's true. Yeah.
How do you boo William Regal right now?
And you never know, because William Regal was an awesome heel, though.
Oh, absolutely. Well, William Regal is just a fantastic wrestler.
He can come out and pretend to be babyface, so you can get that initial reaction, and then all of a sudden shit on fans.
Does he come? Fair enough. True. Does he come out to, he's a man, such a man?
That would be awesome.
I'm totally in for that. Absolutely. Let's go. He's a man.
Well, how do you think that we would get, I guess, Papa Dempsey or Sir William Regal involved with Charlie Dempsey on screen?
I still think it's just a cover story. Like, I don't really see 100%. Maybe right. Like, I don't see it happening. I think Dempsey's trying to build himself up, unless Regal becomes the GM of NXT again, and Dempsey's a wild child that won't listen to his pops. Up yours,
he just becomes the petulant child that just literally won't obey anything his dad says. He becomes the Jason Jordan to Kurt Angle.
Yeah, right. Becomes defiant, troublemaker.
Right.
Except for William Regal's his real dad, right? Oh.
Sorry, 1 second. Oh, you beat me to it.
Yep.
There you go. If Daddy slaps Charlie, will he get booed? Depends.
First. Secondly, no. How do you boo William Regal the first time he's on WWE after he comes back after getting released and everything? Oh, good power German suplex from Dempsey. Sorry.
Is Dempsey
I think the only way is if he turns on the crowd.
But what could he say that would get them to boo? It would be Boo Earns.
I don't know, man. It's William Regal.
You
can't figure it out.
I mean, I don't know. I don't see it, right? I see him working backstage. I see him helping out with I think he's got his hands full. They're gonna try NXT Europe. Apparently, they're gonna try NXT Japan, NXT Mexico. We'll see. I mean, he's gonna be busy,
right? Dragon leg screw from Dempsey on a Gulak. Are you surprised, KJ? Because I know we've been watching NXT week to week that we're getting Dempsey versus Gulak already, and we don't get him versus Frank the Tank.
Yeah, well, is Frank the Tank the bigger fight? Poor Gulak.
Literally or figuratively?
Touche.
It could go either way with that, but
right.
Maybe he hasn't graduated through the system yet. He's still a white belt. He hasn't gotten his jobber belt yet from Drew Gulak.
Right. Yeah, we kind of touched on that a bit earlier, Damien. I liked him. I just wondered if it was I don't know, like an age thing, or I don't know. Maybe just want to give Tyler a real good singles rub, perhaps.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But so, who do you have in this match, by the way, sir?
Oh, I'm taking Dempsey.
Yeah, I got stuck taking Gulak.
It's really weird when the NXT crowd is silent.
Yep.
Silent.
They can't even pipe in audio. Even the electronics are like, nope, we ain't cheering for this shit.
It's eerie. It's like
it reminds you of the Thunderdome type shit.
Miguel, it's we got Dempsey versus Gulak right now on the screen. Both men going back and forth. The crowd doesn't love it. Especially this old guy here. He's half asleep. He's Wendy chewing it.
Well, they're going to wrestle a very technical style, and to do that with a terrible story attached to it. But Dempsey's got the crossface chicken wing, and shout out, I guess, Bob Backlund. And now he's got the leg cinch, but Gulak fighting out.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't Gulak like an intern or an office aide, or like wasn't what? Like,
he was like an agent getting tapped out by Charlotte Flair and everything,
right? Wasn't he? Yeah, didn't he tap out to everybody for a while?
Oh, he was just trying to do something on the screen.
He's got the chicken wing. Help me, Hank. Help me.
And I backslid into a victory. I have half the brain that you do. Drew Gulak with the win.
I accidentally know stuff.
Oh, right. Got to do the Sid promo at that point. I have half the brain that you do. Gulak picks up the win on again the fucking Rhea Ripley pin.
Right. Why it's so aggressive with caps, Larry? More action, less commercials.
I agree.
Always.
Yep. Well, speaking of being aggressive, we've got Von Wagner tearing up the same 6 lockers and 1 bench that is used in every locker room segment. Sorry, not 6 lockers. 1, 2, 3, 4,
12.
12. So the double. Thank you. I can do math. Not. But
Von Wagner fucking things up. So are they on like shifts? Like, okay, you guys in,
it's literally. Could you make it look more like a fucking set than if you tried?
Right.
You have there's literal locker rooms in this arena. Use them.
When do they start using a soundtrack? Like the laughs and shit, like a sick. Right?
I told you they've been piping in audio. You're telling me they don't pipe in audio. They sat there and they were trying to pipe in audio for that match before, and even like I said, the fucking feed just cut out. It's like, no, we ain't even doing that. We don't fuck with this.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, that'd be hilarious if it like the oohs and like laughs and shit.
Starts playing a laugh track and everything.
I'm down. Do it. You've gone this far,
right?
I think Mark Stone just told him off. That's Mark Stone. No, yeah,
Robert Stone.
Robert Stone.
You got half of it right. I'll give you credit for that. You got half of it right.
They're all the same, dude.
Stone. Just pretty much yelled at him. Said, well, let me help you. And that was it. I was waiting for him to grab him and throw him into a locker or something, but nothing happened.
Not today. I love Robbie E. He's funny. Help me. I like that. I do like that catch.
Well, I was about to say, Mick, help me to help you. We've seen help me to help you. Right. But yeah, no, it's interesting that they never really gave Robbie E.
Thatcher
from TNA. Sorry, go ahead.
Jimmy Thatcher versus Charlie Dempsey. Who would win grappling match? KJ Nick.
I'll go with Thatcher.
I go Thatcher. Just experience. More experience.
Absolutely. And speaking of Timothy Thatcher, we will see him tomorrow night on AEW. Timothy Thatcher versus Bryan Danielson. And tell me that is not going to be a hell of a match. That's going to be what that match was supposed to be.
That's going to be a good match.
Right.
Oh, here comes Schism.
Like I said, if Judgment Day and Bray Wyatt pitch black match had a child,
I always felt like it had like the Bray Wyatt kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
Like I could see the Judgment Day too because of like the colors and everything. Like,
well, I was gonna say certain people might have been pitching for Gacy to be Huskus the Pig and everything like that. So,
some people surmise that, yeah.
But I also get like the Purge vibes too because they're masks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of at the point now where I don't need to see any more glow in the dark shit in wrestling for a little while. Like it's kind of soured me on this whole gimmick because, yeah, I'm over it. Like, sorry, Naomi.
You lost all glow. I don't have it anymore.
Right? But I'm not feeling the glow.
What? So, Cliff, since you haven't mentioned about like the Purge and everything, so they just get a siren before they come out of, warning. All botches will now be legal for the next 5 minutes of this match.
Right?
I could see that happening, like on the main roster if Vince was there, because, like, he likes adding the sirens and like
right to censor,
like putting like the bullet shot or whatever, and the Ricochet's entrance.
Yeah.
Pew 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 pew. New North American champion on Saturday, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, jeez. I wasn't expecting that.
When you combine LA Knight and Arnold. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're dumb. Charlotte retains.
Vitamins.
Right? Charlotte retains her title in what context?
Is she facing Sonya for it again? Because I don't. When it comes to her versus Rhea, sorry, mommy takes that all day. Pause. That felt awkward as shit saying that out loud.
Take that back.
I hate you, Dom, for that. Rhea takes that all the way. What about warning? Let the botches go. That's what I'm thinking of. If they had, if they're going to be the Purge faction, we'll come up with something. Speaking of what we talked about with the Nikita Lyons thing before, I want to get this in. I think that Ava Raine did it. I did it for The Rock.
You really are going to hold tight? You think it was Ava the whole time?
No, I'm not fucking serious with that. That's
but she could have.
Oh yeah.
I did it for this.
You don't know where the fuck you're going. Oh shit! Did I just hit somebody?
I did it.
I'll call my uncle. He knows how to get out of this shit. He knows how to get out of
He's been here.
Somehow my uncle hit somebody and blamed it on Hunter. He blamed it on our boss. So fine, fuck it. I'll call my uncle. He'll take it.
I'll just tell him Regal did it. Fuck it. I did it for the schism.
Hey,
I didn't name
to make it go.
Right. How does LA Knight clear himself of that? You know what? I think because of what it was, I think he'll get out fine. I do. I think so.
Yeah, he'll just go over to the wall and you take the light switch and you go click, and then that's how you get the fuck out of that. How you get out of the pitch black? You just hit click. Yeah, no, that was. No one can go against Bray, I feel, and come out on top. You're going on her the whole time. You're running into a force of nature and not in a good way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that, like in the Undertaker sense. You knew 9 times out of 10 the Undertaker, it was a big deal when Undertaker taken out, right? And I feel like that's what should be happening with Bray, but you can't bury your guy. Like, you just...
Not when he got more over than the guy he got buried by.
Right.
Are we on here talking about Uncle Howdy more? Or are we on here just going, yeah.
No, that's definitely true, Nick. I mean, Bray, listen, the diehard Bray fans out there still, beating the drum.
You?
Well, I am. That's why, I mean, this is what blows everyone away, but I like to call it the way I see it. I like to call a spade, and that pitch black match was horseshit. It was, if you had a good 15 minutes, we're back and forth, we get some yas, like, it was nothing. It was nothing. It was the equivalent of the steel cage match we got on 30, but glowy.
So you're the spokesman for the BFA, the Brave Fans Anonymous, of just letting everybody know of like, all right, guys, I know we're really, really anticipating this, but it's not going so great. So let's dial it back a little bit and just let it see where it goes here.
Right? You feel like you're in an abusive relationship with the guy. He keeps saying he won't do it, but he keeps doing it. Like, it's just fuck. Like, every time you hope for the best, it just doesn't get back there. Like, and you're like, you can't, and there's no one out there that can say, you know what, KJ, I really love that Pitch Black match. Somebody, anybody.
And let me know what you took to enjoy it, because I'd like to. But we've got Chase U versus Social Gathering, aka Idris Inoue and Malik Knight, versus the Dyad. Unfortunately, what they did to the Grizzled Young Veterans for the last spot in the tag match at Vengeance Day. So let us know who you're taking. Who are you guys taking?
Schism.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm going Schism.
Social Gathering, just because become a fan of Idris Inoue after he got everybody, and I do mean everybody, with that fake WWE chest tap. This is why you think before you say things. I know I'm a terrible example for that, but yeah.
Well, this is my extra exposure to this Chase University thing. They're actually over. I'm surprised. I'm confused, but I'm surprised.
They're very over in this venue, like very over with this crowd, and I mean, it's weird, but the girl, I always forget her name because yeah. You know what? I'm starting to get to the point of like she's too much. She's too much.
She is overacting.
But I think that's kind of what her gimmick's supposed to be. I know. It's supposed to be the overly perky, like super. I know
it's just a wee bit too perky.
Too much.
It's a lot.
You have too perky.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to say, is it because most of the people in attendance here, if they think that if they clap loud enough and cheer hard enough, that they'll get a degree from Chase U, and that'll somehow actually be recognized as an actual college degree?
Right, maybe. Andre Chase should be. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Are these the guys that you said that were kind of like street profits?
Yeah, Social Gathering.
Yeah, no, they're Discount Private Party. They're Social Gathering.
Oh, Private Party. Right.
Yeah. Either or.
Now, I'll ask you, because I know KJ's opinion on this, Cliff, but how do you feel when we have a triple threat tag team match and only 2 competitors are in at a time? There's 3 teams, so what? So I should just tag my partner and I pin him 1, 2, 3 real quick, and then we win the match. So
I think one of each should be in there.
Yes.
Right. Why would you want to tag in your opponent? Yeah. Why would you want to break up them getting their ass whooped and everything?
Yeah, it doesn't matter how bad I'm hurt. I don't want you in there.
Right. I don't give a fuck. You're getting hit. I don't want to get hit. I want to pin you after you get hit. I am the hitter, not the hittee.
Andre Chase down. Andre Chase should team up with Chucky T. That's what the team should be.
He should just become part of the best friends.
Look, if you take Andre Chase and then you take Hank the Tank. Now who else? We need one more. We almost got our whole
Wendy Chu.
What's that?
We're just gonna establish our own best friends, of just without the tie dye.
Yeah, we'll call them old school, right?
And Hank the
Tank. Right? Funny. We'll just change Axiom again.
Yeah.
Right? Keep the entrance for Cliff.
Yeah. That entrance won me over.
Now, Axiom's now your new favorite wrestler on NXT?
No, I wouldn't go that far.
That's cool.
I wouldn't go that far. But now I'm really curious to see how it would be with Hornswoggle in that entrance.
Anybody who's really
Nightmare
good.
Fuel.
What's that?
I said enough with the nightmare fuel.
Right. Anyone good out there that really, really can do it? If you could supplant,
and has a lot of free time on your hands.
Yeah, supplant Hornswoggle into Axiom's entrance and send it to Cliff, please.
Yes,
just
please.
Take Hornswoggle's entrance and just slow it down and put the little delay like trail behind it.
Right.
Oh.
What about scripts without the outfit? Do you mean nude, Larry? I don't think that's going to help his career.
We already had naked Mitty, and I don't need naked Reginald.
No, I know.
That puts a whole different spin on being a sommelier.
Hey. But listen, scripts is a bad thing. It's worse than Wendy Chu.
Blood with it. That's a bad thing.
It's a bad thing. Stop it.
No. Stop whatever you're doing.
I don't know. Like, I mean, sometimes I just want to be a fucking fly on the wall when you have a whole like group of people who are like, yeah, we're gonna do it. And you're like, what? Not one of you? Did you get outvoted 5? What's the process? How do we get to this conclusion? Like, did Reggie come up with it? They're like, fuck it, go try it. Like, I don't know, but it's awful.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's fitting that you mentioned about being a fly on the wall because flies are drawn to shit, and that's exactly what that thing is, of just little shit.
Wait, I don't want to be a fly on the wall anymore. I don't want to be a fly on the wall anymore.
I avoided the insult. I got there. It made sense in my head.
Got Chase U for the win.
Tag to Duke right now. The tepid tag, not quite a hot tag, the tepid tag.
Duke Wellington's having issues again. I feel like these two are due for a breakup.
He's got the big old school, like the clear stomp and jab punches.
A lot of the Brits throw hands really good. Like you'll see them, it's
right.
You really catch a lot of them.
Yeah. And we got my moment of like how you have with Mark Henry of it's time for the main event. We got the Booker T shucky ducky quack quack.
Shucky ducky quack quack. Oh, Duke Wellington on fire.
I'm amazed you probably think that that's his real name, right?
Duke Wellington?
Duke Hudson.
Yeah, Duke Hudson.
At this point, I don't know if it's a fucking.
I don't know if it's a gimmick.
If you don't know their name or not.
It's a shoe, buddy.
And so we get the tag in the Elite Blade right now.
I will say this. If somebody watches as much wrestling as I do and gets the names as wrong as I do, as consistently as I do by accident, it's time to close up your shit and take a nap. Oh!
Long splash and then an elbow drop. I might have backslid into another win.
Yeah, I'm starting to agree with you. It's bothering me.
What comes around is all around, Ricky.
It's funny because like these
1, 2, 2 count.
These 3 teams all have a good shot. I think Schism would have been, I thought, my favorite to kind of be thrown in that match. But look at these 2 young guys. Like they just hung around until something kind of cool happened for them.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I still feel like it would have been better if you have the Diane, you have the Creed brothers, and you have Indusher in this, and tell me that's not probably a better match.
No, I think it'd be wicked. I really think like Indusher would have brought another element to it. But I think if you're trying to book kind of a standout match, like this Vengeance Day is shaping up, buddy.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we did just have the crowd chanting NXT and a double tope sentons.
It's funny. So thank you very much, Sarah. As I look on YouTube, it's definitely a cat. But it just comes up cat orange whistling.
I can't whistle, so I can't even touch that one.
You can't whistle?
I literally cannot. Not even a little bit. Fun fact.
Who knew?
Who cared?
Who would win any match between Microman and MLW Hornswoggle? I don't even know. Back
Ant-Man.
to who cared?
Ant-Man. I choose Ant-Man. I choose El Torito there from Three
El
Man
Torito.
Oh, the super powerbomb superplex spot. Now Andre Chase hulking up. He reminds me a bit of Macho Man's brother there, doing the genius gimmick a little bit.
Yeah. Very, kind of like that. A little bit of Shane Douglas in there.
Yeah, Lenny Poffo.
Poffo. I haven't heard that name in a minute. Like since Dark Side, I think. Like
it's because you always hear about the Macho Man. Oh, scared them with the shotgun in the corner and nobody's home.
Oh, Ava's on the apron. Oh, the hyper chicks all over.
2, 3, Chase U wins. Well, that's a hell of a fucking finisher. Of he set him up on his back, and then Andre Chase like rolled into a Sister Abigail. Please tell me that's called the honor roll. I hope to God. It might be actually called that, but I can't hear the commentary that well because I'm talking. But please call that the honor roll.
That's a fucking amazing finisher. Nice and
it's
innovative.
Very unique.
I like it.
I don't think I've seen that before.
I don't recall. Not like that.
They're growing on me. They're growing on me.
What's that? They're growing on you?
They're growing on me a little bit.
Cliff.
So we've got it official and locked in. Cliff is a fan of Axiom and a full-fledged member of Chase U.
Yeah, I want to see what happens in 3 weeks. Micro Mandy here just ripped her right off the apron. The grapliner? What would they call that move?
I'm calling it the honor roll.
It should be the honor roll.
It should be the honor roll. That's all.
WWE, if you use that, I expect at least some hush money there.
I'd be tagging Andre.
You wait until we get the fuck off here.
Right? Hey, Andre.
You said that. Hey.
Killer move. Honor roll. Hashtag.
Right.
Let's do it. Oh, all 4 teams.
New Day, Pretty Deadly, Gallus, and Chase U. Real quick, before NXT ends here.
Who y'all taking? What's the question? Yeah.
Who are you taking? Well, no, we didn't get the fucking... Did we get the Grayson Waller, Braun Breaker segment?
Yes.
We didn't get the Cora Jade match.
I feel like we've been here for 2 hours, yeah.
I feel like we missed stuff, though.
Yeah, I think
that they advertised.
I like Gallus for the win, dude.
Oh, absolutely. That's my pick. I've been a fan of them since they were in fucking WCW or WCPW and Progress and everything else. So,
dude, she's so honestly. I want her to go on a date. I want cameras to follow little crazy lady.
Yeah.
On a date with Coke from 2.0.
Well, they have a Coke?
They don't need it.
Well, I was talking about the soda.
Yeah, sugar-free. Sugar-free.
Coke Zero.
That'd be the most hyper intense conversation ever. They could just stare at each other and chew gum violently.
They just sit there and just vibrate. just shake. Pause.
Folks, that is the end of NXT as we're getting a package coming up here for Vengeance Day as we wind down. Get your ratings out of 10 for NXT tonight. How you feeling about it? I know my answer.
Well, we talked about this a little bit while you were on a pause for the coast there. It's a little meh, and especially for it being a go-home show.
Yeah.
of WWE seems to have that issue of the go home shows never really fully sell you on the show that they're trying to get you to go watch.
Yeah, I mean,
like a standard show.
Sorry, Cliff, go ahead.
No, it just seemed like a standard show. Nothing special about it. But I did enjoy it. There was a few good matches there.
That's the thing. This really did have at least 2 really solid matches, maybe 3, but 2 of them were really, really good.
Yeah. Match of the night.
Match of the night.
Whew.
Von Wagner versus Dijak. Yeah, the Dijakinega. Yeah.
Dijakinega wins.
Yeah, that's what I would have said. Yeah. Although that last
match, a lot of guys going at it like that. Yeah.
No, I thought the Von Wanker match was good. I thought the tag match was good at the end too. Wait, what did I say?
You said Von Wanker.
It's just my accent. You misheard me. It's Canadian.
Right? No, there was no A in there. There was no. I'm sorry. There was no abuse, no nothing.
Oh, fucking hell! 7 out of 10. And Duke Wellington was good tonight with Chase U. I like that finisher, but I thought the match was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it was.
It was a little fast, I feel.
It wasn't slow.
Well, it didn't seem like it had any real time. Like it felt like we were caught up more in backstage segments, commercials of. Yeah. It feels like we realistically, and I know I did take a pause and everything, but it realistically feels like we only had maybe 3-4 matches.
4
in 2 hours.
A really bad women's match that took place between the debuting Twitch girl. It's like, what is happening?
Vampire lady.
All those movies about like the future being like 100% techno and like neon is coming true.
Who exposed Vince to cyberpunk and thought this was a good fucking idea? Of Stevie Turner coming out here of, listen, like I said before, not everyone who's a gamer or anything like that or streams or anything looks like they buy clothes in the fucking Matrix. So why?
Listen, ask Dijakinator. I have no idea what's happening.
I don't even know how to respond to what you just said.
Gallus, Jason likes Gallus as well. All 4 members should be in the ring at the same time for NXT. Oh, that I'm down. Let's go.
Yes, please. What about the rules?
But what did Cliff? What did you have for a rating?
I feel like I mostly watched commercials. What
do you rate the commercials?
Right. How good were the commercials? Did they make you want to buy anything? What's your Amazon cart look like right now?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, right. I would probably have to give it like maybe a 6 out of 10.
6, yeah, okay.
Because I thoroughly enjoyed the Von Wanker match, as KJ.
I can't have 2 of you that don't know the fucking names. I'm gonna just be here being the fucking translator the whole time of what he's really talking about.
Right. I like Cliff. He's impressionable. But yeah, I mean, I think 6 is fair. 5.5.
5, yeah, 5. Yeah, I would say the same thing.
5.
Mid.
It was very mid.
Yes,
but there was good matches.
You had some really good matches, but you also, like I said, there was so much of we were talking about completely other shit. We were struggling to find shit to talk about. We were sitting here pointing out, hey, that's the same set I've seen for the 18th time and everything. Because nothing going on was fucking compelling.
Yeah, and that's always a good indication when we're on the streams of, you can really tell what the show's bringing by how we are responding and reacting. And when we do kind of wander off on those tangents, it's not usually during something really cool or something exciting. It's generally when we're stuck in pond water. So you convinced me. I'll go 5.
Oh, Damn, you started off at like a 6.
No. Did I say 6? Yeah, I did. I came down a whole point.
Yeah, I made you drop a whole point.
All right.
I'm going to say 6 because it would have been 5, but the Axiom entrance made it.
That's my favorite. That's amazing.
The Exxon Mobil entrance just really set it off the
rails. We're going to be getting videos from him of just like, look, Vince McMahon doing Axiom's entrance.
Imagine his
this
walk.
one look like Axiom. I mean, that one goes slow.
Imagine his walk.
It looked like he was trying to fucking flap his wings. Like a bird that didn't know how to fly.
Oh, my God. Hashtag honor roll. Let's get it going, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, man, get it going.
And you know, if that does become a thing, you know where you heard it here first.
100%, folks.
Trademark.
I like
Nick has a brilliant mind, man. That's an awesome name. That should have been the name. 100%.
Don't give me credit for shit. Take the vitamins for
right?
Inflating your ego.
That's the last thing you need to do.
Right? Yeah, don't do that. But man, we got to start hashtagging all this shit that comes out of our mouths.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Pause.
I didn't say in, I said out, motherfucker.
I don't. All right, I give up. I give up. White flag. White flag.
But that's it, Nick. That's all I got.
That's it.
That's it. Anyone else got a rating? No, we're good. The chat's good. We got perfect there. So yeah, folks, we will be back all week long. We're back tomorrow. Dynamite. It's going to be fun. It's a loaded night. I'm looking forward to specifically Thatcher showing up and taking on Brian. Brian's gone through some really, really good matches in this whole labors of Danielson to get to MJF. And does it end this week or is it next week? He had to wrestle so many matches. I think it's still.
And this is also though coming off of just last week too.
Yeah,
they romanized his arm and everything like that. Yeah. And MJF went after him after the match, and how he was even paying off Brian Cage to injure Danielson, and now he's going against a guy that's gonna, go in submission holds, that's gonna, tear joints, that's tap out or blackout with Timothy Thatcher.
Yeah, absolutely, Nick. It's going to be a good night. And then Thursday, we're returning to Impact. That's right, folks. We will be here. Impact looks great, like Damian said. A lot of people, and we will probably have an eye on Wrestling Revolver as well. We will have another special guest host. Cliff is another pretty face we got to add to the screen tonight. So come on Thursday. Check us out. Hey, you relax. But we will be here for Impact, and it's going to be a good night. Friday, doubleheader. There's probably a third show in the background, or I don't know. And then Saturday, Vengeance Day, and then all the way through next week. We will not stop, folks. More to come. That's it. That's a Tuesday.
Absolutely. Cliff, any final thoughts?
Nah, man. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me. And NXT, it grew on me a little bit today. So
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
But that's it. Welcome to the family, Cliff.
Thank you, Jason.
Oh, boom! Thank you. There you go. I don't know why I clicked on the thank you. I just want everyone to know I'm very grateful. Thank you for being here. Right. Come back tomorrow. Come back all week long. Nick?
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you talk about that wrestling, you're going to put that for life with it.
See you on the flip side, folks. Bye-bye.
Adios.
Say something cool.